So let's talk about the Sherlock Holmes Health Appraisal. This is a series of questions that I use in consultations when I meet with clients who are looking to improve their health and their body composition. This is the 10,000 foot view that I talk so much about when I'm trying to customize someone's weight loss nutrition program. And this is without a doubt, the one thing that I think is missing in a lot of people's journeys, not just with other coaches. I think most coaches are doing something similar to me, but most people who are not hiring coaches are not engaged in exactly what they're doing on a daily basis. And you have to zoom out and look at everything you're doing and write down everything that you're doing, or else you don't really know what to change. So many people jump to go on a restrictive diet or embark on a excessive exercise plan or regimen, and it's not necessary always. It's a piece of the puzzle, but it's not always necessary to make such drastic changes, because the likelihood of that being sustainable is slim to none. So the whole goal of what I try to do in my program is to create a sustainable program that someone can successfully adhere to over the long term. So adherence is the key to successfully reaching your goals. If it's not something you can stick to, if it's too hard, if it's too difficult, if it's too restrictive, then more than likely you're not going to stick with it long term, and therefore you won't ever reach your goal. So the Sherlock Holmes assessment is simply writing down everything, and I mean the structure of your day, how many meals you're eating, what you're eating, how many steps you're taking, your sleep quality, how many hours are you sleeping, how much alcohol you're drinking per week, how many times you're eating out per week, how many days you're doing strength training, how many days you're doing cardio, how many steps are you taking per day or averaging per week, right? These are all metrics that I look at so I can kind of see, pick the low-hanging fruit. What are some things that I can look at and see that we can tinker with, right? What levers can we pull? What dials can we maneuver up or down? It's the whole premise to the Dials and Lever Diet. The new book that I'm writing is all about dials and levers and adjusting things that you're already doing, making small adjustments to something you're already doing without overhauling everything in your life. The chances of you successfully adhering to anything, if we make too many restrictions, too many changes, we're just not going to reach it. It's just not, hasn't worked before. It's not going to work now, and you know it. So the whole point is to look at what you're currently doing now and just make small changes to 1, 2, or 3 things, and then get to work on those. And then you test it, and then you go back, and what other changes can you make? Can you dial up something else? Can you dial down something else? What's another lever you can pull? So that's the whole premise to the Sherlock Holmes assessment appraisal, is that 10,000 foot view of looking at everything you're currently doing in your life, so you can effectively make adjustments to those things you're doing, right? If you're not aware of what you're doing, you can't make changes. So it's important that you're tracking these things, or else you can't dial anything in, pardon the pun, right? So that's essentially the Sherlock Holmes appraisal, and it goes hand in hand with the Dials and Lever Diet that I'm coming out with soon. If you have any questions with this, let me know.